Wanda has finally spoken out. After months of silence, online chaos, and endless speculation, Wanda has broken her silence about everything, from the CPS drama involving Melody Shari to the bitter cast conflicts that tore everyone apart. And this time, she's not holding anything back. For a long time, viewers have been waiting for Wanda's side of the story. She's been called the troublemaker, the instigator, and sometimes even the villain of the show. But according to her, things aren't as black and white as people think. She says the truth has been twisted and she's tired of everyone putting her in the middle of every argument. Let's go back to where it all started. The tension between Wanda and Melody didn't happen overnight. It built up slowly. Little comments here and there, small disagreements that kept getting bigger. Wanda says she always had love for Melody, but the relationship between their families made things more complicated. At first, it seemed like normal reality TV drama, nothing out of the ordinary. But then things got personal. Social media started exploding with rumors, and Wanda found herself being blamed for things she says she never even said. Then came the CPS incident, one of the darkest and most shocking moments for Melody Shari. When reports surfaced that Child Protective Services had been called on Melody, the internet went wild. Fans were heartbroken for her, angry at whoever started it, and desperate for answers. Fingers were immediately pointed in Wanda's direction. People said she was behind it, that she had gone too far this time. But Wanda is finally saying her piece. According to her, she had absolutely nothing to do with that call. She says she would never, ever go that low, especially when children are involved. "That's not who I am," she said. "People can talk about me all they want, but don't play with my name when it comes to kids. That's crossing the line." Wanda claims that social media blew everything out of proportion. She believes some cast members used the situation to make her look like the villain so the audience would turn against her. And honestly, that's not hard to believe. On reality TV, perception is everything. One edit, one clip, one screenshot, and suddenly you're the bad guy forever. Still, many fans didn't buy her defense. They said her previous comments about Melody and her family made it hard to believe she was innocent this time. Wanda admits she's made mistakes. She said things she shouldn't have said, but she insists she never wished harm on anyone. She even says the hate she's received since then has gone too far. From nasty comments to threats online, Wanda says people forget she's human too. "I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I've got feelings," she said. "I might talk loud, but that don't mean I'm evil." It wasn't just Melody she had issues with. The drama spread across the entire cast. Behind the scenes, tensions were boiling. Cast members stopped talking, alliances were shifting, and friendships that once looked strong started to crumble. Wanda says she was blamed for things she didn't even do, and sometimes it felt like the producers wanted the drama to keep going because it made good TV. There were arguments that never made it on camera. There were tears, apologies, and moments of real emotion that never aired. But those moments, Wanda says, changed everything. Then came something no one expected. Wanda publicly apologizing to Melody Shari. After everything that happened, after all the back and forths, Wanda shocked everyone when she finally decided to apologize. She said it wasn't about who was right or wrong anymore. It was about letting go of the pain and stopping the negativity. She admitted that she let her emotions get the best of her, especially when she felt disrespected. "When I feel attacked, I defend myself. But sometimes I forget that defending myself can also hurt someone else. And I'm sorry for that." That apology took people by surprise. Some thought it was genuine, others thought it was too late. But one thing's for sure, it was a moment of vulnerability we don't often see from her. Melody hasn't said much publicly about the apology. She's kept things classy, focusing on her peace and her children. But sources close to her say she appreciated the gesture, even if forgiveness will take time. Wanda says she's not expecting Melody to forgive her overnight. She just wants peace. We don't have to be best friends, but we don't have to keep tearing each other down either. That's when she addressed the rumors about her possibly being kicked off the show. She says people love to talk, but she's not going anywhere unless she decides to. She says, I built my name on the show, and I'm not about to let lies push me out. But it's clear she knows the audience has changed. Viewers who once loved the drama now seem tired of the negativity. Fans want more growth, more honesty, and less fighting. And Wanda seems to understand that. She says she's working on being more mindful about what she says and how she reacts. But she admits that's not easy for someone with her personality. She says, I'm passionate, I speak my mind, but that don't mean I hate anybody. It just means I care too much sometimes. Her daughter has also spoken about how hard it's been watching her mom get dragged online. She says the show has only shown one side of Wanda, the loud, fiery side, but not the softer, loving side that her family knows. Wanda says that if she could go back in time, she'd handle certain situations differently. She says, I wouldn't argue as much. I'd take a breath before talking. But at the same time, I'm not fake. What you see is what you get. The conversation then shifted toward the bigger issue, how reality TV affects families. Wanda pointed out how the cameras amplify every mistake. When we fight in real life, it's private. But when we fight on TV, the whole world sees it, judges it, and adds their opinion. That's heavy. She says the CPS rumors really broke her because it wasn't just reality drama anymore. It was real life and it involved innocent kids. She says people can come for me, but don't mess with the babies. That's where I draw the line. Even though the situation left scars, Wanda says it also taught her something. She learned who really had her back and who was just around for the cameras. She says she's learned that not everybody smiling in your face is your friend. Some people will start a fire and then act like they're helping you put it out. And she continues to rebuild her image. Wanda says she's focusing on family and personal growth. She wants to show people that she's more than just drama. She's someone who loves deeply, protects her own, and admits when she's wrong. And despite all the noise, she's not giving up. She says, they can call me loud, messy, whatever, but at least I'm real. I don't pretend to be perfect. She ended her latest interview by saying she hopes people can move on and let everyone heal. We've all done things we regret, but there's always room for growth, always room for forgiveness. It's rare to see someone like Wanda open up like this. For once, the woman who was always seen as the troublemaker sounded like someone tired of the drama. Someone who broke her, because it wasn't just reality drama anymore. It was real life and it involved innocent kids. She says people can come for me, but don't mess with the babies. That's where I draw the line. Even though the situation left scars, Wanda says it also taught her something. She learned who really had her back and who was just around for the cameras. She says she's learned that not everybody smiling in your face is your friend. Some people will start a fire and then act like they're helping you put it out. And she continues to rebuild her image. Wanda says she's focusing on family and personal growth. She wants to show people that she's more than just drama. She's someone who loves deeply, protects her own, and admits when she's wrong. And despite all the noise, she's not giving up. She says, they can call me loud, messy, whatever, but at least I'm real. I don't pretend to be perfect. She ended her latest interview by saying she hopes people can move on and let everyone heal. We've all done things we regret, but there's always room for growth, always room for forgiveness. It's rare to see someone like Wanda open up like this. For once, the woman who was always seen as the troublemaker sounded like someone tired of the drama. Someone who just wants peace. The road to forgiveness is long, but maybe this is the start of something new. Not just for Wanda, but for everyone involved. Because at the end of the day, every show needs drama to survive, but every person deserves a chance to grow beyond it.